Alright, so we're ready to set up everything for the final render, and so first thing we need to do is with the lights is bump up the samples. Now you can go in here each light and find the samples there, increase it, go to the next light, or you can just click on the light editor here and then select all the lights. So click once, hold down shift, click the last light, all of them are selected, and samples, if you type in 5, it types in 5 automatically in all of them, so you only had to type it in once. So that's the beauty of using the light editor. Alright, that's that sorted. Okay, next thing is the render settings. Let's take a look at what they are. Let's go to the common first and say, right, okay, so the name is Blue Robot. I'm just going to call him Blue, and I'm going to use TIFF, and it's going to be none, and format is 16 bits. Now this is important, color space. I use view transform, and view transform means it's going to render exactly how you did the render tests. So this is how I set up my lighting. This is what I like, so I'm expecting the final render to look like this. So use view. If you use output or raw, it's going to give you a different look, usually darker, which means you need to take it into Photoshop and play around with the levels and the brightness and the curves to get the look you want. I prefer not to do that, so view transform is the one for me. It's just a single frame, yeah, so there's no animation. Camera is camera 1, 1K square, yeah, we're good. Arnold renderer, okay, so I like to bump up to 6, and then 2 samples for diffuse and specular. Now transmission is glass, which we don't have any, so we can leave it. SSS is skin, which we're not doing, so we can leave that. But I like to switch this enable and say drop it down to 15. So what that means, adaptive sampling, is if some areas require more sampling, then it's going to like use up to 15. If some areas don't require more sampling, it's going to use a minimum of 6. So you got minimum of 6, maximum of 15, there you go. And then you got advanced, and I like to leave that as it is actually. And what else? Ray depth, and I bump these up to 2, and we're good to go really. And just close it and then save it, and then you need to go from the modeling here to rendering, because you want to go into render, not batch render because you're only doing one frame. So render sequence, open the options and make sure this says camera 1, then close it, and then here render, you want to hit render sequence and it will start to render. And let's have a look. Let's open up the render eyeball there, and I just want to resize this window for when it starts rendering, because this window is going to pop up. Right, so I'm ready to start rendering now. So render sequence, there we go. So basically all I've got to do is hit render sequence, and now it's going to start rendering. And so it's going to take a while, probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and come back to you when it's done, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back and it has finished rendering. It says here sequence rendering completed, although it's stuck on 99% with a little blue square there. It sometimes does that on my version of Maya anyway, but it has been rendered. And so there you go. I'm just going to like make it a bit bigger, and there we go. So you can see the background, the depth of field, it's blurry, and the rendering high quality is came out pretty well. Like the texture on the shoulder and the colours, the ambient occlusion, everything looks pretty good. So there you have it. That's this tutorial finished. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this will help you on your road to modelling stardom. So thank you very much, and see you soon.